Good morning. Top of the AM. I'm out here. It's about 5:30 in the morning. I want to start this video off with a question, and this question is simply: Black people in America, what do you have to lose by getting your passport, saving up some money, and getting to Africa? And I say Africa because of the simple fact that everything now is very cheap, very inexpensive. I'm not going to say cheap because cheap may be classified as less in quality, but I'm not talking about cheap in quality. I'm talking about prices. So it's inexpensive for you to invest in Africa right now. And I will say this. There are many people that are flocking to Africa to invest in Africa. And right now, you can get a nice 2-story, 5-bedroom home, 3 bathrooms, kitchen, living room, the works, including a swimming pool, for $135,000. And that's alone is just in South Africa and Cape Town, which is kind of classified as the white area in South Africa. Now, I'm saying that, man, because imagine if it's that cheap in South Africa, imagine how cheap it is in other parts of Africa. And there are really beautiful places in Africa. I'm telling you, I haven't been there, but I can honestly say that there are. You know, I've done my research and I've seen pictures and videos, and I'm heading there in less than a week now. And I'm bringing you this video before I go there because I'm going to prove myself right. So I'm in a sense, I'm kind of prophesizing that Africa is the place to be before I even step foot in the lands, because I truly believe this. But back to the question, what do you have to lose? You are in America. You are disenfranchised. You have no wealth at all. There is no wealth in the Black community. Why? Because there is not one single Black community left. Not one. You cannot even mention one place as a Black community, and it has not been taken already. I believe that one of the last strongholds of a Black community is in the Crenshaw district, where the brother Nipsey Hussle was representing. This is one of the reasons why I said that his death is a pivotal time here for Black Americans, African Americans. ADOS. It is time for you to get your stuff, pack up your shit, get a passport, and jump that ass on a plane. Bring it out of America. Come out of her. Come out of there. Get out of there. Sell your property. Sell your property. And get out of there. Having a car in America means absolutely nothing when you have no property to drive it to. I'm going to say that again. Having a vehicle in America means absolutely nothing when you cannot park it on your own land, on your own property. I don't care if you have a plane. I don't care if you have a helicopter. I don't care if you have a car, truck, van. Doesn't matter. I don't give a damn if you have a skateboard. If you cannot park it or place it on your own land where it's protected by something that belongs to you, then it doesn't mean anything. I'm going to go a step further. Having an education, no matter how high your degree is, PhD, doctorate, bachelor's, associate's degree, from the PhD to the associate's degree, having a degree means absolutely nothing when you have no community to utilize that education in. If you have nowhere to go in order to uplift yourself, and uplifting people that look like you is equivalent to uplifting yourself now. So it's like this. You either unify or die. And my thing is, like I have been saying for the past 5 years, maybe I have not been making videos, but I'm making them now. It's coming up on the 5th year that I have left and have been out of America. It's not unify or die by the ways of being unified in America. It means unify yourselves and get out of there. The same as the children of Israel made their exodus out of Egypt, is the same way the African Americans need to make their exodus out of America. And I say now, get out of there now. Now is the time. Because there are some really, really hard times coming your way. Another thing. There are some scientists that believe that the world is going to be short of resources and food and water. And even now, at this point in time, those resources are dwindling in the U.S. as far as food and water. People like, oh man, we got plenty of food. Look at all these fat people running around America. They're obese. Yes, they are obese because they are not eating the proper food. You are not being fed proper food. You're being fed processed, synthetic ingredients that have been mixed together and have been given to you as a substitute for food. Period. Whatever meat that you're eating, it's not real meat. Whatever vegetables that you think you're growing and eating are not real vegetables. Same with the fruit. Have you ever thought about why the food in the supermarket could sit on the shelf for months on months waiting for you to purchase it? Food doesn't last that long, and I could be account of that because here where I'm at, I buy food, and when I take it home, like fruit for example, my fruit is good for about 3 to 4 days, depending on what the fruit is. Okay, let's say 3 days to a week. I'm gonna extend it all the way to a week because just by way of how long it takes a banana to brown. And I buy bananas yellow, right? 3 days later, they're almost brown, almost completely brown. You buy bananas, 3 weeks later, they're almost brown. If you allow them to sit that long. You buy potatoes, those potatoes start having roots growing out of them within 3 or 4 days. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? You really got to do your research on how long it takes for potatoes to have roots growing out of them. I mean, seriously, here in where I'm at, when I buy potatoes, yeah, I had a bag of potatoes. It has taken about maybe 1 or 2 weeks. I haven't seen any roots growing out of them. So it's some type of organisms that they're feeding you in the U.S. And they are leading to diabetes, heart disease, liver failure. They're leading to cancer. They're leading to obesity. And all this stuff for what? Because you're not eating the proper foods. So that leads me back to the point. What do you have to lose? By getting a ticket, get a passport, get a ticket, and damn it, just fly. Fly there. You know, I'm going to give you an example. I invited my family to come and have a family reunion in Africa. And you know what one of my cousins said to me? He said, no, he's kind of sweet on that note, by the way, but he was like, no, we should wait until 2025 to go to Africa. And this was me saying, let's go to Africa in 2019 for a family reunion. And he was like, no, we should wait until 2025 to go to Africa. And I was like, why? Like, because, you know, it's too expensive. We got to get the shots. People can't afford the shot. They can't afford the ticket and the shots. So it's just too expensive right now. Let's give people an opportunity to get their money together. Let me tell you something. First off, what the hell are you getting shots for? See, you guys have been brainwashed in America talking about, let's get shots. We got to get these yellow fever shots and all this other stuff before we go to Africa. I'm going to tell you right now, mother effer, you are African. Africans don't have to get shots before they go to Africa. You're not white. Yes, white people have to get shots. See, you are the minority in America. The majority in America are basically white. You got to say white. Doesn't matter what ethnicity, whether they're Hispanic, whether they're British, whether they're Caucasian in any type of form, Spanish, Portuguese, it don't matter. Wherever they're from, if they don't have melanin in their skin, they're white. Period. Period. I'm telling you that for real. If you don't have melanin in your skin, you white. If you have melanin in your skin, then damn it, you black. And black people don't need shots to go to Africa because of the melanin in our skin. The melanin in our skin, the sun protects us. What does that mean? Okay, let's scientifically look at it. When the sun rays beam on your melanated skin, that gives you vitamin D. It gives you all the nutrients you need to fight off any parasites or bacteria that might get into your body. Simple as that. We have natural healing, which is just basically by being in the sun. Black people, we heal ourselves just by being in the sun. Do you know why there's a high rate of cancer in Chicago? There's a high rate of cancer in Chicago because there is a low rate of sun in Chicago. Wherever the sun doesn't shine, that's where black people get sick the most. That's why California was such a ideal place for black people, because it has so much sunshine. Didn't know that, huh? But I digress, man. What do you have to lose by getting off your behind and getting on a plane and coming to Africa? My answer is nothing. You don't have a damn thing to lose. All you got to do is get up, get out, and get away. And you sit there and you think that by looking at the TV and you see people that look like you making money, that's a facade, man. They're not making no money. You know what? I was listening to, who is it? Dr. Claude Anderson. And he said, black people don't produce anything but sweat. That's it. They produce nothing in America but sweat. And what do you mean by that? Okay, they're running up and down the court, chasing balls, throwing balls, playing with balls. That's the only thing black people are known to do. Sweat. We make other communities rich with our sweat. The little bit of money that we get, we cannot use in America to build any type of equity or wealth. Wow, because every time we start to build something, one of us is murdered. And the latest one is the modern day Malcolm X, which was the brother Ermias Abzadon, which is also known as Nipsey Hussle. That is the modern day Malcolm X. And people said, oh man, that was the Christ. That was the modern day Jesus Christ. It was not a modern day Tupac. Nipsey Hussle did way more than Tupac. Nipsey Hussle, his vibration was way higher than Tupac. You know, me, I was never on that wave of Tupac and Biggie. I mean, I listened to Tupac music a lot, yes, when I was younger. I never listened to Biggie's music when I was younger. But Nipsey Hussle, I knew his vibration. I know what his energy meant and represented. But now that he is gone, it's time for us to get out of America. You need to go and listen to his music, and you will hear all the undertones of him telling us to get out of America, and Africa is for the Africans. He promoted Malcolm X. He was the big-time promoter of Malcolm X by any means necessary. So, once again, I'm going to end off this video by basically saying, what do you have to lose, Black Americans? Just get your passport and move.